and says there's always room for growth and improvement in officiating. The commissioner said, I do find it interesting when you sit in the chair I sit in that no winning team ever complains about officiating, no losing team ever complains about officiating. So Kathy Engelbert, this is one of the worst takes I've ever heard. This is one of the worst takes I've ever heard from a commissioner of a league. Like, it is embarrassing. Like, it's an absolutely embarrassing take because
the WNBA is in crisis as Commissioner Kathy Engelbert's tone-deaf handling of Caitlin Clark's growing injury woes sparks outrage from fans, players, and analysts alike.
All world.
Now, a lot of people is criticizing the WNBA referees yet again after another matchup because they felt as if Paige Beckers actually had a special whistle. Now, I spoke about this last night, man, and people was definitely showing mixed reviews about it. But with all that being said, dog, we look like WNBA Commissioner Kathy has opened up about this situation a little bit and spoken about it.
In what many are calling one of the worst leadership failures in pro sports history, Engelbert lashed out, not at the referees who repeatedly failed to protect her league's biggest star, but at anyone daring to question her officiating crew.
Realistically, Kathy Engelbert, what she should be doing is trying to promote the league, trying to make sure everything works, and just being this dismissive of what is one of the biggest problems in your entire league and the refereeing issue is awful. It is absolutely awful. And if you guys are
confronted with mounting evidence of biased officiating that has worsened Clark's injury troubles, Engelbert responded with a statement so out of touch it would be laughable if it weren't so damaging to the league's credibility. In a recent media session, she even defended the very referees who have let Clark be battered game after game.
You put the girl on national TV 40 out of the 44 regular season games. She don't get no foul calls at all. Her team gets no foul calls. So maybe this would be the wake-up call. When y'all see what these numbers look like without her, maybe this will open up your eyes to finally see and say, hey, you need to protect her. We can't have her get hurt. Maybe this will wake you up. Maybe this is what needed to happen. Obviously, we don't want Caitlin, but maybe this is the slap in the face, the trench of cold water on the face that the WNBA needs.
There's always room for growth and improvement in officiating, Engelbert said, serving up the kind of hollow corporate speak that makes fans see red. But it gets even more absurd. Rather than addressing the systematic targeting of her league's most valuable star, she brushed off legitimate criticism, claiming that no winning team ever complains about officiating, ignoring the fact that every losing team does.
Players and coaches obviously think so, but Engelbert isn't so alarmed. Basketball in general is considered difficult to officiate, which is true, and says there's always room for growth and improvement in officiating. The commissioner said, I do find it interesting when you sit in the chair I sit in that no winning team ever complains about officiating, no losing team ever complains about officiating. Do you want to know what coach complains about officiating more than anyone else? The Minnesota Lynx. The Minnesota Lynx. Do you want to know what game started the biggest what two games started the biggest refereeing talks in the WNBA over the last 2 years? The Indiana Fever versus the Chicago Sky when Kennedy Carter hip checked Caitlin Clark. Who won that game? The Indiana Fever.
If you're enjoying this, hit subscribe. While Engelbert plays semantic games and dismisses legitimate concerns, the numbers tell a story so damning it should have triggered immediate disciplinary action months ago. Caitlin Clark has suffered 17% of all flagrant fouls in the entire WNBA this season. One player out of hundreds taking nearly a fifth of the league's most serious infractions. And it gets worse. 80% of those fouls came from a single team, the Chicago Sky. The odds of that happening by chance? You'd have better luck winning the lottery while being struck by lightning during a solar eclipse. Yet Engelbert sits in her commissioner's chair, pretending this is just normal basketball.
Arrogance.
She stated, get Kathy out of here. The job is too big for her now. This isn't normal ref complaints. Win or loss, there is genuine incompetence with WNBA referees. The team, players, fans have been complaining about Kathy not effing embarrassed watching this display.
The most damning statistic of Engelbert's leadership failure. Clark played 4 years at Iowa without missing a single regular season or playoff game. Then she enters the WNBA, where referees allow her to be pushed, shoved, and targeted, and she suffers 2 separate injuries in fewer than 20 games. The contrast is stark. At Iowa, Clark was virtually indestructible, suiting up for 139 consecutive games and playing through minor bumps and bruises. Her only notable injury? A brief ankle tweak against Kansas State in 2022, and even then she still dropped 33 points.
Basketball.
Adam Silver, the NBA Commissioner. I'm starting to think you and Kathy Engelbert has something going on for as she's a puppet for you. Why are you not protecting or coming out and saying something to protect Caitlin Clark, aka CC, the face of the WNBA? It's really disturbing because at the end of the day, I thought you're supposed to look out for your people by any means. It's not even making sense. I understand.
The moment
most
Clark
telling
stepped into Angelbert's WNBA, everything changed. First came a left quadriceps strain in May, sidelining her for at least 2 weeks, an injury that followed yet another game where officials allowed excessive contact. Against the New York Liberty, Clark logged nearly 38 minutes while enduring what observers called deliberate physical targeting. Now, just weeks after returning, she's sidelined again with a left groin strain, the result of another poorly officiated game where referees once more failed to protect the league's most marketable star. As if defending incompetent officiating weren't enough, Angelbert's pattern of tone-deaf responses has pushed fans and players past the breaking point. When pressed about the dark side of social media and racist harassment directed at WNBA players, her response was so inadequate it sparked immediate backlash across the league.
Maybe this will be the wake-up call that the WNBA needs to clean up the officiating, to actually show that they appreciate this golden goose that has landed in their lap that goes by the name of Caitlin Clark. It's been so long where we've just seen this girl getting beat up in games. We see her get grabbed, hacked, bumped into, knocked on the floor. There's never any whistles from her. In my opinion, the WNBA has shown a true lack of appreciation for Caitlin. I don't feel like they've done enough to protect their best asset, their most important asset. I feel like they have dropped the ball on that. 1,000% they have dropped